Hello, y'all. Yes, y'all read the title right, honey. Maybe this should have been a video that I could have reserved for the OnlyFans, but I said it's been a minute since I done a Naughty Talk Friday over here, and it's light enough where I can put it over here. It ain't too racy. Nothing happened, honey. But yeah, I had my middle school teacher slide in my Jack mentions, honey. DivaWuan frequents the naughty apps from time to time. And matter of fact, it's been a hot boy summer for all the guys that's been trying to chase me to no avail. I've been getting a lot of darn going messages and shit as of lately. But y'all know with all the stress and stuff that I've been going through, honey, DivaWuan ain't trying to look into no man right now. Although probably would be nice to darn gonna release some stress or whatnots, but nah. It's like, and then come to find out, honey, darn gone, they saying Cumberland County is ranking within the top 10 of darn gone most STD and STI infections. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Woo! Since when did Cumberland County start competing? See, my raspiness done came out real strong on that one. When did darn gone Cumberland County start competing with Atlanta and shit? See, that was the main reason why I didn't want to go to Atlanta, was because of this shit right here. Now you telling me the shit done hit Cumberland County to this extent? Hell no, no. Hell no, no. Child, boo. But anyways, see, there goes Jack mentioned now. Hot damn. They won't even let a girl go through a DoorDash. I mentioned the darn gone Jack earlier when I was doing my DoorDash video, because they was messaging then. Now I'm getting messages now, honey. DivaWuan is hot like fire, honey. Hot like fire, bring me along. The sound of Zion. Whoa, hey. Honey, DivaWuan is a catch up in these darn gone 2-6 streets, baby. Honey, I still got it. Honey, just when I thought I'd fallen off over the past couple years, you know DivaWuan done got lazy. I done got more put together with my makeup, but I don't do it as often as I used to do back in the day, honey. My folks who's been following me for a minute, y'all know I used to give y'all a full-on consistent beat worry back then. Back when I was going to Fayetteville Tech, honey, when I was off of Bragg and they used to mistake me for one of the working girls, like, because I used to have to walk to the IGA, to get on the bus, right? And every now and again, I might walk to the Fayetteville. I just didn't feel like crossing that 4-lane highway at times, but every now and again, I did it. It was only about 30 minutes from the house, so it was like, okay, I do it every now and again. But yeah, honey, I used to get them car horns and shit darn gone honking real heavy when I used to be out on the boulevard, honey. They used to mistake me for one of the girls, honey. I was like, oh, no. This is not what we giving over here, child. But anyways, yeah. A couple years back, actually not that long back, about around 2019, honey, I was like, why does this guy look familiar? It says he's in his like mid-40s or whatnots. You know, geekish looking, but I was like, look decent enough. Then I kept saying, where do I remember him from? And then I looked at the bio, I said, Child, it said middle school teacher, mathematics. I said, oh shit, that's where I remember him from, honey. Darn gone, good old darn gone Lieutenant Gerald's, honey. I said, my. Not the darn gone Lieutenant Gerald's teacher sliding up in the darn gone mentions it. Now, granted, I don't think he remembered that I was one of his students, because y'all know I was a fat bitch back then. And you know, my profile pictures as of late shows more of a slender, curvaceous girl. So yeah, my body has gone through a whole 360 transformation since my middle school days. I also used to suffer from eczema, not acne, but eczema and all that. Hyperpigmentation. So I was like, yeah. Safe to say that, you know, he don't recognize me from my middle school days. Because like I said, I was old chubby kid, honey. So I was like, yeah. I was chubby. I was like 5'7", 5'8". I'm now 6'1.5", basically like 6'2". So total body transformation. Without going through the transformation, that will be coming up soon. So I will stop being flatter than Lupita Nyong'o up here. But until then, yeah, it was an interesting thing. Have any of y'all had y'all teachers? And this is not just restricted to my LGBTQIA elemental P people. My cisgender women who follow me. Have you actually had a teacher try to hit you up years after school? And did they know it was you? In my case, he did not know it was me. Now, granted, it did not go anywhere. Shout out to such and such. I ain't going to put them all the way out there or anything. Not that it's inappropriate because, 2 years ago, just in case for reference, I am 28. 2 years ago, I was 26. So even though there's like a 20-year age difference, he didn't holler at me back then. Because I don't want nobody looking at me and saying, oh, well, shit, did he try to holler at her at the age of 17, 16? No. Because I know sometimes I do give teenage look tease, but I am in my late 20s. And I was in my late 20s when he reached out to me. So, no pedo, nothing going on over here. But yeah, y'all, I just felt like telling that interesting tale. Like I said, nothing sexual happened. He's good looking and everything, but not necessarily my preferable cup of tea. And it's not about him being older, geekish, and white or whatnot. DivaWuan ain't opposed to a nice white man or whatnot. But y'all know. And matter of fact, one white teacher that could have got it was from darn going EESmith child. I ain't going to put him out there as well. But, honey, I'm just going to say he was white. He was white, and he was also a coach. And no, it was not Coach Pre either. Coach Pre was attractive too, honey. I know somebody gonna be thinking, Juan, was you trying to? No, it was not Coach Pre. And besides, Coach Pre wasn't a teacher. He was a teacher and a coach. Wasn't my coach, but he could have coached the girl on some things, honey. I'm not even going to reveal the subject because, once again, if I reveal the subject, that would be a dead giveaway of who this guy is. But yeah, honey, he could have darn gone. He could have gave a girl a good lesson over here, child. Another person I found myself having the hugest crush on, and this was also at EESmith as well. He was the principal's son. And he was my, what class they put me in? Every year, the guidance counselors used to fuck me up at EESmith. Like, I was team Miss Clark. Shout out to Miss Clark, honey. Y'all know a girl studied business. After, high school, I went into, veterinarian school. Didn't last long. Went to business law. Didn't last long. Went over to business marketing, and then that's where all my expertise and stuff that Miss Clark taught me at Smith came into good play when I went and furthered my curriculum into doggone business marketing. So every year that I would try to, because I was with Miss Clark from like my 10th grade year to my senior year, and I did all my business classes with her. And they used to always try to put me with this one guy. Shout out to him. He was hella cool. I can't think of him. But about the same complexion as Miss Clark, like light caramel complexion. He's short, stocky, and whatnot. And now I'm somewhat regret that I didn't have that class with him. He taught criminal justice. Like I said, he was one of those teachers that was hella cool. But for whatever reason, it just did not work out. Because the way that they tried to split my classes up, it's like I had to choose between him and Miss Clark. Like, they wouldn't let me get both classes at the same time, and that's what fucked me up. It's like I wouldn't have mind being in his class, and I was for 9 days, because the first 10 days you had a chance to appeal the decision, and I always chose my classes, but they would always fuck me up every year when it came to the business class, and it just became a key with me and Miss Clark by the senior year, because it's like every year They tried to do this shit, and at the 10th day, here I come, Sasha in the room. I was like, dun, dun, dun. I told y'all I was gonna be back like this. It's like every year they fuck with me, where I had to go ahead and put in that damn appeal to be like, give me my Miss Clark now. No shade to old dude, but I need my Miss Clark. But anyways, that was getting off subject, y'all. They would try to put me in his class, but one year they tried to put me in this sports marketing class, and I was like, what in the fuck I need with damn sports marketing? Like, a girl don't like, although ironically I was a tomboy when I was younger. Like, I did play football. I know it didn't seem like it, but once again, keep in mind I was a short, stocky bitch back then. And honey, I would wrestle with the guys, and it wasn't in a romantic way. Like, I was really one of the darn on boys in a sense, even though I always knew I was feminine. I had the female energy all along. But it was never nothing flirtatious. I had a passion for sports when I was younger, but honey, I quickly grew out of that shit, honey. You know, but yeah, when I was younger, I didn't mind football, baseball, basketball, but even then I played the sports, bowling, but I never watched the sports like that. I always enjoyed the sports, but without actually looking at the sports. Like, I can't tell you the stats and all of that, and none of those technical terms. Honey, just give me the ball. I know I can run it down to the field. Honey, I can darn go and do tackling and everything else. I can do tree climbing. Honey, that was me. As far as knowing the logistics of everything, that was not me early on. Now it's the reverse. I know all the logistics, but honey, don't get me on no darn on doing no hand to hand no more, unless it's darn on combat or something like that. But yeah, I go to say that to say they try to put me in the sports marketing class, and it was taught by the principals. Now, we had a total of like 4 different principals. We had the head principal at the time, Mr. Robinson. We had, I think Miss Chalmers left that year. I think she left for a year in my junior year. And we had the light-skinned chick that came in for that 1 year. Well, actually, I think she was there my senior year too. And then they upgraded Miss Burks to a principal, because she was like the computer teacher. She oversaw the computer room when I was there for my first year. So I think she got promoted to principal by the time I got to sophomore year, because old dude left. The white principal we had in my freshman year ended up leaving, and I think that's when they gone ahead and put Miss Burks in place of him. But then there was another one, a black dude. I can't remember his name. I've always, every time they sent me to the office, they always sent me to the female. You know, they was like, only a bitch can address another bitch, honey. They was like, we sending Miss Sassy over here to darn Miss Burke or Miss Chalmers. Those are the only two. And then it was one time they sent me to the light skinned one. I ain't never had no interactions with none of the male principals like that. Except for my one time in my freshman year, the only time I got suspended. And I can't even necessarily remember where I got suspended for. I thought I went my whole 4 years of high school without getting suspended, but I forgot that white motherfucker did suspend me for 3 days. I don't know what it's for. I think I got in I think it was some sort of altercation, if I believe it or not, with this mixed race dude. He said something slick, and DivaWuan was just fresh coming out of alternative school, from 6th grade year to 7th grade year. And it was like, honey, I went through 2 years of having to fight a whole classroom full of dudes, honey. I will fight 7 to 8 dudes at a time. Don't let this darn small, stocky body fool you, bitch. I will flip your motherfucking ass. So, it was like, I think it was that time where light-skinned dude tried me. And I think he used a darn colorist slur. And next thing I know, I was about 2 seconds from whooping his ass. Now, believe it or not, DivaWuan never had to physically put my hands on anybody in my entire 4 years of high school. because by the time I got to EESmith, my reputation preceded me from being from the dirty, being from the heart of the 2-6, from being over at Spivey, and word got around, and also naturally I just had that face that you knew I was one of the girls not to fuck with, honey. So, but this one didn't get the memo. And he came close to getting whooped. Although it was one guy that tried to keep sexually harassing me. That would be another story time. It was one guy that I had to partially whoop. He didn't get the full wrath of DivaWuan. And he was an older, I was like, he was like 20 years old, and I was like 15. I was like, what is he still doing in school? Now, says the bitch that didn't graduate to 19 because of the fact that I started school late, and I darn on, they held me back for behavior issues in the 2nd grade. So it was like, I was 2 years ahead of everybody, but still, this motherfucker was like 20 going on 21, and for whatever reason was still at EESmith. I was like, okay, child. But yeah. He was darn gonna trying to holler at me and all this, that, and the third, and I kept denying his advances, and that's a whole nother story time. But that's the only one that I had to go upside his motherfucking head to get the darn on point. But outside of that, people came close to darn going there with me, but they didn't really have to see me that way. Now bring it back on to the darn going sports marketing teacher. I know y'all thought I got off subject. No. Matter of fact, this is going to be a whole story time about DivaWuan high school fight experiences mixed in with the teacher trying to slide in my DMs before I had to shut it down. And then the teacher who could have slid in the DMs, honey. Like I said, let it be in that history teacher. Well, shit, it's out there now. I'm not editing this shit, honey. Hell, it is what it is. Shout out to the teacher, y'all. Hell, most of y'all don't watch this shit all the way through any damn way. I'll be surprised if y'all even catch that. And I don't think nobody from EESmith are gonna really watch my videos any damn way anyway. So I think I'm good. But anyway, shout out to the teacher. But the principal's son, he was like in his mid-20s or something like that. He was like 25, 26, 27 at the time. So fast forward over 10 years later, he'll probably be now in his late 30s. But honey, he was some type of good looking to me, honey. Nice, darn on succulent, curl mill skin. Matter of fact, I wonder if he was in the darn going yearbook. I don't know. He wasn't a teacher that long. Because I end up transferring out of sports marketing. Because like I said, honey, I'm not no sports girl. Why I need to study sports marketing? I'm not trying to get no job in the NFL as a marketer or anything of that sort. All the curriculum is based around the marketing of sports. It's like, no. Totally unrelated to the field that I'm trying to go through. Because at the time, I said I was so focused on being a veterinarian. And my minors was going to be in marine biology, and history. And the history was going to be a concentration in African American studies. And then I said, okay, I might become a lawyer as a backup. Once again, I'm Black Barbie, honey. I was a girl from the hood that was very ambitious, honey. I had the Bratz doll-like look on a chunkier scale. But, honey, DivaWuan had aspirations to a much higher level. Now, mind you, I was also doing my entrepreneurship. I was on my entrepreneur grind in my high school years as well, where I had stuff in my the demon's name, honey. For y'all that don't know, that's the mother, honey. So I had stuff in my mother's name, the demon, and I was getting money, stacked up to pay for my college and everything. And a lot of those funds got dwindled down quite fast when cancer tried to come kick my ass. But yeah. Right before the cancer, though, junior year, honey, they put me in that darn on sports marketing for 10 days. We didn't do shit. And I was like, was this some sort of darn on nepotism hire? Because, he did not even attempt to teach the curriculum. He would he would just tell us to go find our favorite teacher and, or hide out in the cafeteria. I mean, not the cafeteria, but the gymnasium and whatnot. And it was like, I think it was only like one day that he half-ass tried to darn gonna get us to read the book. But most of the time we was on the computer. Honey, I brought my Nintendo DS to school. I was playing Pokemon. I would never forget. It was one day where my Pokemon, the blue Pokemon from Generation 2, the penguin, it evolved into the final stage. I can't even name the Pokemon anymore. But honey, yeah, I was playing darn on Nintendo DS. The Pokemon Diamond and darn on in the middle class, child. Or I was spying one of my darn on main crushes back then. In the darn on, because he took up gym for all 4 years. Like, who takes up gym? But I guess he wanted to become a coach or whatnot. Honey, he had the body for it, honey. Once again, nice caramel skin. And then he had the hair grew out in a nice curly fro, and he had the body hair grew in. I was like, DivaWuan, you need to stop darn. Stop it. But it wasn't really stalking, because I only saw him at school. I never approached him. I always looked at him from afar. And you know, that's a story time within itself. You know, of me, my love life with the darn gone boy from 6th grade year all the way to the damn gone junior year, honey. When I finally said, DivaWuan, you just got to let him go, honey. Let him on go, honey. It ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. Well, honey, he was a cutie too. But anyways, I finally got transferred out of the principal's son class, and then not even but 2 weeks later, they end up getting rid of him, and they brought in another instructor, and they turned the class into psychology. I was like, oh hell no, I would have been pissed the fuck off, honey. If I would have done, it's like I didn't want to do sports marketing, but at least it was still marketing. They end up darn on turning the whole class into a psychology class. I was like, how in the hell do you change the curriculum? And then it's past the 10-day mark, so now they couldn't even switch out the class to get into a more suitable class. And then it's like they only stayed off of the premise of thinking that they was going to eventually learn some sports marketing curriculum. Because there were some people that was in the class that was actually, you know, wanting to learn about sports marketing. I just wasn't one of them. And then, you know, my girl, shout out to, damn, what's her name? Is it Janika? I'm not going to say your last name, but your first name, Janika, honey. And I saw her just a couple months ago at the food line, too, after over 10 years. But, yeah, I think she took that class because it was just one of those easy classes to take. Like, it was just, you know, a class where you could get an easy A in. But it was like, I can earn my A, honey. Go ahead and put me back with Miss Clark. But, yeah, honey, he was some type of darn gone sexy. And matter of fact, if he sees this video, you know I am actually single. And he could definitely get it, honey. Or if not, relate. You know, it can just be a hookup. Don't got to be no relate. But honey, he was bait material. Because for him to at least be a teacher, he had to have some sort of credentials. But that sports marketing wasn't it, honey. Like I said, I think that was a nepotism hire because of the fact that his dad was the principal at the time. But child, boo. I mean, and then he was so distracting as well. And then when I found out about the sexual harassment, the sexual relation case with a teacher involving a student, I just thought it might have been him because, honey, he was some type of flirtations as well, honey. I mean, once again, very young, 24, 25, clear caramel skin, nice succulent lips. I just knew it might have been his fresh ass because I think they brought him back in under a different capacity. I think they managed to bring him back in as a coach, if I'm not mistaken. Or they might have got rid of him altogether. So I thought it was him for the longest. Because I think this happened in my junior year, if I'm not mistaken. The sexual case, yeah. But it turned out to be none other than the mechanic teacher. I was like, oh. I was like, well, damn. What? Yeah, I was like, child, you just putting a whole new spin to the damn banana in the tailpipe trick, honey. Number one, I ain't know that there was females that wanted to learn about mechanics, but you know, it would behoove you to learn those types of traits so when you get grown, you don't get taken advantage of, but because I got to take my car to the shop right now, because I got a coolant leak. And you know, my car, me not knowing about the parts and shit, it's easy for me to get taken advantage of. So I'm going to make sure to have a guy with me or go to a major brand. I'm thinking about going to Jiffy Lube. So yeah, if I go to a random mechanic that's certified though, I would definitely be bringing a guy with me. But we also had mechanics class at EESmith as well. And the thing is this, they said the girl was had a whole sexual relationship with the damn teacher. I said, my. Of all the teachers that I thought might have fallen down that path, from a certain history teacher to a couple of the coaches to the darn principal's son, honey. I didn't see it for the damn mechanic damn teacher to be laying down pipe in that type of way. I said, my. Not darn throwing a wrench in places that you ain't supposed to be throwing a wrench in. Honey, when I tell you that darn EESmith was some type of ghetto. But then again, we got to realize that this school is right off the damn Merc, and it encompasses all the darn Merc type shit, bitch. It was every bit of the damn type of shit. But yeah, as a matter of fact, we can do a whole story time on we can do a whole story time off of the secrets about EESmith that haven't been told. So if you want me to go there, we could go there, honey. Y'all just let me know. But anyways, this video started out as one thing. It supposed to only be about 5 to 10 minutes long, but I done went down memory lane, and now y'all got a little bit of extra about DivaWuan's life, honey. From, you know, me having to get the girls together, tell them, honey, don't let this short fat bitch fool you. Honey, this fat bitch got some motherfucking ass, honey. I'm motherfucking light on my motherfucking feet, bitch. Don't let it. And you know, I was thick. I wasn't necessarily fat per se, because I never had a stomach. I had a little bit of fupa going on to a certain extent, but proportionally, I've always had like super wide thighs. Now, I wish it could have, you know, distributed a little bit in the hip area. I had that awkward body shape where I had the super wide thighs. I had the darn bodacious booty, honey, that was like bam, but it didn't sit high. It was like that mid-grade booty. I always said I had a sedan booty, honey, because it was it was slope, and then it would just sit up in the middle like a sedan. It wasn't one of those high-rise booties like Beyonce has. And my ass didn't drip down until like cancer. And, you know, I lost my ass, and every time I walked, my ass was giving me applause, but in a darn contradicting way, because that's not how I want my ass to clap. I wanted my ass to clap like this. Clap, 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 clap your hand. But you know, cancer made me do the Nancy Pelosi clap instead. My ass went from to... Honey, you know, the ass got the drooping down to the point where, you know, it was clapping up against the thigh, honey. It was darn giving flapjack teeth. And then, you know, once again, love life drama shit. Me working out 5-6 days a week. Trying to, you know, keep my stamina and stuff up, because I'm on so many different medications. And I'm getting drained. I'm on, you know, Percocet, Oxycontin, half a dozen other darn medications and stuff. Going through the darn short rave radiation treatments and all that in the midst of a complicated love life situation. And like I said, that's a whole video within itself, honey. Matter of fact, we can do a whole series on EESmith High School. But this started out with the teacher though. So once again, we're going to end the question out there. Have you ever had a teacher flirt with you and tried to hit you up on the app even years after, you know, you left school? So it's not on no pedo shit. But have you had a teacher reach out to you years later after you graduated and got grown? Let me know. And what are y'all thoughts on DivaWuan's experiences throughout high school with everything that I told you, from the history teacher to the sports marketing teacher to the criminal justice teacher, honey. And then the story time with the darn old mechanic teacher getting caught laying down pipe, child. But anyways, leave it down below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And I will see y'all soon with more videos.